United States has frozen the assets and properties of 8 Nigerians accused of having links with Islamic sect Boko Haram and Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL. The over 3,000-page document released at the weekend by the United States Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control also identified individuals sanctioned for cybercrime-related offenses and other security threats. The pronouncement comes on the heels of the latest U.S. Congress recommendation of visa ban and asset freeze on the former governor of Kano State, Rabiu, Kwankwaso, and different Miyetti Allah groups over alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. Retired Brigadier General Chris Olukolade is a former Director of Defense Information. He joins me now for this conversation. Thank you for joining in. The United States seems to, some would say, have personalized the war on insurgency in Nigeria, considering the threats before now. What are your concerns that this is more of a flexing of muscles, as is alleged, than actual evidential effect on the fight against insecurity and terrorism?
Well, it's open to a number of interpretations. I mean, this development, and from all indications, this is not the first time that the American government is showing interest in the security situation in Nigeria, especially in relation to the counter-terrorism activities. And you recall that as far back as 2020, the nation was declared a place of particular interest. That was not even the first. Quite often, maybe by activities of Nigerians and others with interest, they've always called the attention of the United States. And so if this time they are showing the degree of interest, I think it's in furtherance of that tendency, which is really not new. It's not new in any way. I recall that it was even difficult tagging the Boko Haram as a foreign terrorist organization. It was a lot of debate before it was eventually achieved. The thing with the tendencies to label Nigeria as violating human rights because of fights against terrorism. So this trend have always shown different expression of interest in the security situation in Nigeria.
On the flip side of the coin, though, there are thoughts about just opposing this ban with what we do with those who commit the act of rape. When they are convicted, they are named and they are shamed. Talk to us about the benefits, whatever it may be, of the naming and shaming of this individual and the possible impact it might have on others, perhaps as a deterrent for choosing that path.
You will note that at least one or two of the people on that list have been convicted in the UAE in relation to this crime. And for them to be disidentified shows a further step, which we even wish that our country will get to the point of having the courage to name the sponsors and expose them in this way. Maybe that's what many citizens are still waiting for, to see a situation where it will go beyond mere rumor of alleging that people are in connection with security problems. And it looks as if it is speculation. But with concrete actions like this, that gives them either out for prosecution or sanctions, it makes it more concrete and more direct than mere speculation that appears to have been the tendency. You will recall that even before now, the previous administration kept threatening to, disclose the list of sponsors, and people have been looking forward to seeing these sponsors.
So what do you say?
Prompt us internally.
Well, what do you say 8 is actually enough? I mean, you just referenced the fact that there's been this threat of naming and shaming. Would you say it's enough, considering what we are going through? And your quick thought, if you can add to it, with these bases being established in Nigeria, also in an effort to fight insecurity?
I'm not sure I can get what you are up to, but let me try and guess.
I can repeat the question, sir.
Please go ahead. Repeat it.
Okay, I'm asking 8 persons in a population of over 200 million, and you say 8 persons have been banned or sanctioned. Considering the history, you mentioned that they've been threatening that they will list these names, and we just have 8. Is it enough? And then I also wanted you to quickly add your thoughts on the establishment of bases besides the American base that is being established here in Nigeria. I understand there's another base from another country that is still going to come in to help in the fight against insurgency and terrorism.
Well, what I got clear here is the establishment of bases. This itself has generated a lot of reaction and understanding, but I think it's an incremental measure related to collaboration between the countries in the fight against terror. This time is terror specific than just defense related. I think it is in furtherance of the global collaboration and interest in curtailing terrorist crimes that is have become global in nature. So if we see it in that end, we could see this as a collaboration rather than in disrespect to
the sovereignty of the country. All right. Thank you very much, General, for sparing the time to talk to us.
Yes.